That's your exact right. Yeah, the temperature because the sun's stronger.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, looks like I'm going live. All right. Well, welcome to James MacNeil's Spiritual Sunday. I've decided to do this here at the local Starbucks in beautiful Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And I wanted to be out in nature. I wanted to be outside because today's topic is a challenging one. So again, welcome to James MacNeil's Spiritual Sunday. My name, not surprising, James MacNeil. And here on James MacNeil's Spiritual Sunday, each week, what I seek to do is tackle a new question. So the show's subtitle is, The Answer is Love. What's the question? So today's question is another challenging one. I really tried to lighten it up, but I keep getting pulled. I allow myself maybe to get pulled into these tougher subjects. And this one is about as tough as it gets. And so the question is, how screwed are we as a species? And this is the doomsday question, the Armageddon type question. You know, what, if anything, is going to finish us off as a species? And are we at risk? And you know, that kind of thing. So first of all, let me say this. I believe, sadly, that I'm trying to get my angles here. I believe there's a million ways that things can go dramatically wrong right now as a species, and a million ways they are going wrong. So again, how screwed are we as a species? If you do any homework on the doomsday Armageddon question, like what could end civilization, you can go down the list of things. Like I loved the movie Armageddon. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I loved it long ago. Bruce Willis was in this movie where an asteroid is coming towards Earth, and they had to send oil. I don't know. They sent these people up in space shuttles to blow up the asteroid. Anyway, ridiculous, probably in a million ways, but I was entertained. And so Armageddon is end of civilization type apocalyptic conversations. So can there be asteroids hitting the Earth and end us? Yes. There's the viral question, right? I mean, when we had a disease, a virus called COVID come out of a factory called the COVID lab in Wuhan, China, then when we have humans creating these viruses, that's kind of dangerous and scary. You've got political things. Right now, there's a group of very powerful countries gathering together, including China and Russia, and they are partnering up. And China says it's getting ready for war. And so world war could be on the horizon. So there you go. We've got nuclear weapons that could end the planet. We've got, of course, we know that. We've had that for a long time. So we've got viruses, we've got asteroids, we've got, and then, world war and bombs. Now, we haven't heard much about something, nanotechnology. Nanotechnology was coming up and was very, very sexy, very exciting. Oh, AI, by the way, artificial intelligence. The rise of the machines. So there's that. I smile, but it's like, yes, this is one of the ways that people have projected the end of civilization. Then quantum computing is so radically advanced that what can be done with it is unbelievable, and that's coming. We've got back to nanotechnology. I was talking to one incredibly intelligent researcher, and they said that one of the challenges with nanotech is they create nanites, these microscopic machines that can self-replicate, as in they can self-produce. So you only need to make X number, and then they'll make the other millions or whatever. And the challenge with that is that they consume a resource. And the challenge with that, if the calculations are just right, if they don't set it just right, that nanites could end us in seconds. Like in seconds from it got out of the case. It got out of oh, come on, flies. I wanted to do this in nature, but not that natural. That fly could end me. And so we've got nanotech, we've got artificial intelligence, we've got politics. Right now, the transgender politic arena has been shockingly horrific. It was a school shooting with a biological female who killed, I think it was 3 adults and 3 children in a private Christian school. And some have hailed this individual as a hero and a victim. But when you shoot people, you're not the hero and you're not the victim. And it is if I understand this correct, it is a biological woman who is a transgender male. So it's he is my proper pronoun, I believe. And if this is a biological woman, the most sadly manly thing, the most evidence of masculinity is sadly the violence and the killing and the mass shooting, because that's almost exclusively the men. It's heartbreaking. And when I started digging into this transgender thing, I realized it's such a political thing. It almost has nothing to do with the human beings who are experiencing gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is, from what I understand, a real psychological thing, and some people really have this. They also have like body dysphoria, like limb dysphoria, where people actually have thought throughout history that this hand is not theirs; it doesn't belong to their body, a hand or a foot or a limb, and some have been compelled to chop off their own limbs because they don't believe they're part of their own body. So we don't know the depth and the sensitivities of others. And so is there a gender dysphoria? I assume that there is. And the gender politics right now, the transgender politics, isn't about these individuals at all. These individuals are being used for a much bigger objective. And if you follow the money, I did some research, you'll find, there's a few people behind this with agendas that aren't about caring for these individuals. Sorry for that, but on and on and on. All of these things could be world enders, right? I'm not saying transgender individuals could end the world. That's not what I just said. What I'm saying is the abuse of politics and the abuse of media for greed or whatever, for power. These things could be the beginning of the end of things. So let's get to it. Number 1, are there many current possible species ending streams of possibilities? Yes, there's a number of them. And so then we ask, what's love got to do with it, right? Love is the answer. What's the question? So if the question is, how screwed are humans? The answer is pretty screwed. If you look at the environment, right? The environment, global warming, if you will, or climate change, and no matter what issue you look at, you're going to find people that sound really smart that apparently are referring to trustworthy documents, and they disagree so completely. The loss of faith in truth and data and media is one of the things that's very disempowering for the human species. So yes, there's lots of ways that things can go very bad very quick. And yet, love is the answer. So here's my take on this. We can't, however we behave, that's not going to change an asteroid. However, virtually everything else, if not absolutely everything else, wars, diseases, poverty, AI, everything else we talked about, is caused or manufactured or can be managed by human beings. Now, when humans come together, we're awesome, right? When we actually have the right agenda. I remember when I was a kid, learning that, and I don't know how true this was, I didn't do my own research, but I was told that the big car companies were in the pocket of the big oil companies, and the big oil companies were buying up any technology that would be eco-friendly. So if someone invented an electric car, the technology would be purchased and shelved. I heard that a lot when I was younger, much younger. And now we have someone like Elon Musk with Tesla just saying, I don't care, I'm going to do it. So the idea that there are answers that are not currently being made public, right? There are current solutions for global poverty. There are solutions for homelessness. There are solutions for clean drinking water on the planet. There are solutions for virtually everything that we face as a species. We also, in us, through us, together, are the answers. So there's virtually nothing that we're facing other than the asteroids that we can't handle if we're dialed into divine. And herein is my position. So when I look at, I did an episode on slavery. And according to the UN, we have 50 million slaves. I think they said 1 in 200 people, which is just what? And when I look at these challenges, I look at, well, it comes down to how are we as human beings? And as I see us being used as like puppets through media and forces, and I see these things going on, here's my call to action. Here's my response. We as individuals can save the planet by becoming well individually. If I personally stop needing, so let's say I have a need for alcohol or any addiction, sex addiction, shopping addiction, it doesn't matter, any addiction. All habits, by the way, are drug addictions. When you study the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza and others, and you'll find that every single habit you have, good habit and bad habit. So I wake up, I brush my teeth. That's a habit. Therefore, it's a drug addiction. You say, well, how can brushing your teeth be a drug addiction? Well, it is because when I do something that I think is right and good, my brain releases happy drugs that tell me, good on you, good on you. And then you say, well, why would I have a bad addiction, like eating junk food or who knows what? And the answer is the brain releases different drugs for different behaviors. And so every habit becomes a drug addiction because no matter thought habit, thoughts, physical actions, you name it, what we eat, what we do, how we do it, are all habits, and all habits are drug addictions. Okay. So if I was to get quote unquote well and just stop needing anything, I need no one, I need no thing, then I'm probably going to behave very lovingly. If I was to get to a state of what we call abundance, and if you watch the episode on money, abundance is not about physical money and wealth. It is about a state of mind. So abundance is a mentality, just like poverty consciousness is a mentality. And if I have an abundance mentality about everything, so I'm loved and I'm happy and I'm safe and whatever, right? Total abundance. Like here I am sitting in this beautiful place, I'm in paradise at a Starbucks, obviously. Man, they should pay me. Anyway, let me sip and think about that. If I was to see myself as abundant, no matter how impoverished I am, if I was to see myself as abundant, that's the beginning of healing the planet. And here's how that works. If I need nothing, and if I need no one, if I love and treasure everything, if I love and treasure everyone, then I'm a change maker. I'm an example for others. I would be, the person who holds the door for a stranger, cleans up after myself. And it's just it's like a little bit of chlorine in a pond, if you will. And we begin to heal the planet through light and love. And what it requires, it always has required, a small group of individuals who have a profound effect on society, just like this transgender thing. If you look at it, and again, I'm not trying to get into that argument, because I personally, I care more about the individuals identified as transgendered. I care more about the individuals with gender dysphoria than the agenda. The agenda people don't care about them, in my opinion. And so I actually care about the human individuals. Why did I get into transgender again? But if I love on everybody, if I'm coming from wellness, then I'm affecting my environment. Oh, that's what I was saying. If a small group of us continue to get abundant, to say, I have everything I need nothing, I need no one, I love and treasure everything, I love and treasure everyone, that is called abundance. Abundance always activates altruism. If I become altruistic, I start making the world a better place in little ways and big ways, a little bit of politeness, a smile, listening to someone. And those micro kindnesses change things. And there's more love in this world than people are talking about. There's more kindness than people are aware of. You are more loved than you know. More people care about than you know. My former spouse, okay, I'll just say it, has had a scare with lung cancer and just had an operation. And she is a magnificent human being. We have love and respect and honor for each other. We have a magnificent son together and all that kind of stuff. And she's just one of the world's dear souls. And she has deep, loving relationships with everyone since birth. Like, she still sends Christmas cards to her first grade teacher. You know, that kind of a human being. She's one of those quiet world changers that she just makes the world a better place. She saves cats. You know, she'll find a cat on the street somewhere. She makes sure the cat is safe and finds a good home. So she's just one of those human beings that's under the radar, changing the world. And when she had this cancer scare, all of a sudden, countless people are showing up, loving on her and praying for her and wanting to help her and whatever, do anything for her. And I was talking to her yesterday, and I said, you know, this scare with cancer provokes all the people who love you to let you know that. And the love has always been there with me and everyone else. It's just, we don't take the time to do that. So this is my answer. If we will now move towards our own personal wellness, I need nothing, I need no one, no addictions, no desperations, no whatever, tragic flaw, if you will. And from that space of I'm fine, I'm abundant, then abundance activates altruism. The moment I'm not desperately seeking something for me, I immediately, unconsciously begin to serve the world. That's just the way the human psyche works. Now that I'm making the world a better place, I'm gonna spark a fire in the next person, spark a fire in the next person. Then abundance leads to wealth, because when you serve greatly, you deserve greatly, and abundance is built. And plus, you respect, you become a good steward of that which you've been given. So here it is, my friends. There's 10 ways that this human species can be in big trouble. Apocalyptic, doomsday, Armageddon. There's at least 10 ways that things can go sideways. And other than the asteroids, well, I was going to say send Bruce Willis, but I think he's retired now. He's taking it easy. But we can send someone to blow up the asteroid, maybe. Who knows? Maybe Elon Musk can design the rocket to take care of that. But there are answers, and when we come together, we can find them. There's nothing facing humanity that miraculous love can't solve. And maybe not everyone realizes how urgent and desperate this is, but the moment humanity wakes up and says, we really need to get healthy and well and come together, and we've got loud music coming by. The moment we as a species realize it's time to come together and get well and love on each other instead of trying blowing each other up and take over each other's countries or take everyone's money, the moment we come together, we can solve anything by the grace of God. So you hear the preachers say, we need to get back to God. We need to get back to the word of God. We need to get back to Jesus. And you might not agree with the preachers, but I happen to be a fully committed Christ follower, and I completely agree with that message. We really must, for the sake of humanity, come back to divine love, come back to wellness, come back to love, joy, and peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against these things, there are no laws, and thereby we can perpetuate the species and really do some cool things. So there you go. Today's topic, again, is how screwed are we as a species? And the answer is we're pretty screwed. And there's many ways that things can go very bad very fast. And with love, we can turn it all around. That's my belief. Everything but the asteroids we can handle. And Elon can probably figure out the asteroids. My dear friend, I hope this is encouraging. Again, love is the answer, no matter what the question is. And I love bringing these messages to you. I hope this was enjoyable, me being outside. The controlled environment of a studio is easier for me, but I want to do it outside so that you can get a sense of my beautiful surroundings here in Playa del Carmen. Let me see if I can get you. This is the road going in one direction. And I dearly love being able to meet with you on these mornings and bring hopefully an encouraging message, no matter what the question is. Hopefully my words are encouraging. Love, joy, and peace. Please like, love, comment, and share the video. Please subscribe, hit the bell. But seriously, please do comment. Let me know what you think of the videos. Let me know what topics you want me to tackle, because I'm fearless. I don't claim to be an authority on everything, but I'm fearless enough to try. All right. Love, joy, and peace. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Bye for now.